back to Fun, a podcast where we take fun very seriously. It's me, your Chuckle King, as always here, gathering the power of the cosmos, all of the joy and the fun of the universe, and channeling it into your glory receptacles, your eye holes, your
Dan,
ear
I'm
holes.
gonna stop you there. This is
What?
exactly the intro you just did for the Celestial Park episode.
I know, man. It's a whole theme, bruh. It's a whole theme.
I
It's
thought
me.
you were gonna do a dragon.
I'm iterating.
themed.
I'm iterating.
Oh, okay.
I'm iterating.
All right, we'll start
it's
over
epic universe. No, we're not starting over. The people need to see how I'm treated around here. The people need to know that, sure, we can tolerate Nathan's bits that I don't do very well.
Holes way too much in this intro.
People love it. People love having their holes tickled by old Chuckle King Dan. All right, and as you just heard, with me as always is my Chuckle Wizard, Nathan. Nathan, hello.
Daniel. Hi, how are you?
Good, Nathan.
I thought this would be, more themed to the land. I don't know.
It is, bruh. It is work. You go through a portal to get there. You have to have the celestial essence before you portal, bro. Okay.
Okay. We're portaling.
And I'm doing my best not to talk about the flux capacitor anymore and how much it makes me furious.
Yes, I know.
So, Nathan, you're a wizard.
I am.
Do you know how to defeat a dragon?
Boy, Dan, do I ever. In fact, I know how to defeat the dragon. And when you're a dragon, you need some Phil's coffee. That's right. Phil's coffee for when you need to train your dragon around because you're tired.
Is that a real brand, or did you make a sticker?
That is a real brand. That is a real brand.
Not sponsored.
Side hustle. I only get the money.
Not sponsored. Just making that clear.
Side hustle. Yeah.
Just making that
That's
abundantly clear.
I made a pun about dragon.
I love it. I thought that you were going to make a whole bit about how you had to, there was lots of dragons. You knew how to defeat a dragon. You know how to beat a dragon. If a bunch of dragons come at you, you know how to beat them all off. But you went a completely different direction, and I love it. So with us, a historic moment here on Fun. All right, a historic moment, because we have the star of Ordinary Adventures here with us finally, after these long, grueling months of content making, having to deal with her camera guy coming on the show. We have Kitra here from Ordinary Adventures. Kitra, welcome. It's so great to have you.
Thank you. Do we get some kind of chuckle? Are we a chuckle something?
Yo, if you would like to join my Chuckle Kingdom, you are more than welcome to. However you'd like to, I will deem
the benefits are bad in this kingdom, just so you know.
Well,
I'll think about it.
The benefits are bad for content creators everywhere, buddy.
Yeah,
that's just but you love making content. You always talk about how much you love making content. It's so great. You guys have been there on the forefront of epic coverage, all right? Where vloggers only go when they're invited, you go and then buy 12 more tickets. You guys are lunatics. You essentially lived. What hotel were you staying at, by the way, while you were doing all of that?
We stayed at Stella Nova, and we stayed at Terra.
Is it nice?
The other one, and then we also stayed. We moved to Dockside at one point. Yeah. We
nice.
Went around.
Nice. Well, you guys have been living at epic, and as everyone knows who's listening, we're having an epic month where we're talking one land at a time. And so today's episode, as you've probably deemed from Nathan's bit, we're going to Ise of Berk. We have here. What is it? What does the portal say? Here dragons be. We have dragons. What does it say?
I'll bring it up.
You think I would remember, but I don't.
We, my friends, have dragons. Right. So, guys, you guys lived like a whole day in this park. Let's talk about it. Starting off with this portal. How are you guys digging the portals at Epic in terms of as regular park goers? You're used to, lands coming and going, blurring together. Not the case in Epic. How's the portal vibe treating you?
I love the portals.
Yeah, I love them too. The cool thing is I'm sure you talked to Alicia about this, but when you're in Celestial Park, you do not see those worlds at all. And it's not until after you go through the portal that you are transported into that world. And it really does feel like unlike any other theme park.
It's a vibe when you walk through them. There's noises and lights and
fun. Panels and and textures and bits and sounds, and there's no smells that I was aware of. but I could use a
The
steak.
only question I have is I thought I was going to go through these portals and then it would be like, if you've ever been to Disney California Adventure and you've gone into Cars Land under that arch, you're going through, I guess they call it a keyhole into the other world. I thought it was going to be like that, but every one of these portals has something that stops you in your tracks. And you have to go around it. Then you're in the world.
It's the Diagon Alley of it all, isn't it? It's that kind of like, oh, you can't see the bricks moving, but you can hear them move. So you can. It's like trying to catch Santa on Christmas Eve. Like you can't see those bricks move. You can hear them, but by the time you get around the corner, those bricks are open and you're in Diagon Alley. You know, so it's that kind of element.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think it's you
cinematic.
Can't see the world?
It's cinematic. It's like the title card, and it's like you pass through the title card, and like, and we're not talking about in this episode. And Ise of Berk is this way very much so, but Dark Universe is another one where you have to like kind of weave through like an S, and then you come around this very cinematic reveal of the castle. Yeah. It's universal. It's movie energy to me. It feels very like, oh, we have to move your vision so that we can control what the camera sees, and you are the camera, and you know. And
my two theories were that like maybe it's sound, maybe like they're trying to prevent like all the noise from the land coming into Celestial, or that they don't want people standing there taking photos because they know people are going to be standing there taking photos of the portal, and they don't want you to be like stopped inside the portal, so they're like kind of forcing you to go around the stone and then there's like another photo spot for. I don't know. That was my thought, but I don't. Yeah, your thought. Any of this could be true.
Both.
It might be
true.
all of them. It may be all of the things. Yeah, exactly.
We have both a design reason and an operational reason, and that's how theme parks are made. So
yeah,
right. Can we look at the portal again? Can we talk about the portal? Because this one's prettier. This is one of the prettier ones. Not that the other ones aren't pretty, but this one's got like some like texture and character with its height, because you can really see it like from pretty much everywhere of Celestial Park, and like even from the parking lot, you can catch this thing as you're coming in. What is it? Do these towers have stories that like linked into the park story? Or are they like part of Celestial story? Do you know, Peter? Do you guys know like what the vibe is with the decor?
This one in particular, I don't know exactly what it is, but I'm sure Alicia told you the story of Vincent Various, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he did. Yeah.
I do like that each one of these portals has like an orb, and on this one, the orb has a Night Fury that like flies around it.
Yes, I love the tactile like movements of all the signs, and this one is a really fun one. I like this orb a lot. The Dark Universe orb is just like what? It's like a Dragon Ball Z power move or something. It's just a purple orb, but this one has like some personality to it at the very least, with the rotating dragon. And this is like, it's very Viking. You know, it's very Viking forward. It's very Norway Pavilion at Epcot. You know, it's like a lot of rock faces. It's like a lot of like, wood things, painted wood, you know, like that church that's always at the front of Norway Pavilion with like a walkway that's like this small around it, but you can walk around it. It's very this whole vibe is. Are you guys big fans of the How to Train Your Dragon series?
We are.
Yeah.
We love those movies. I especially love Toothless because he reminds me of our dog, our French bulldog, Pixel,
who has no teeth.
Actually,
she's missing a couple teeth, but
teeth. Yeah, she's an old dog.
They're retractable.
Retractable. Right. Excuse me. What was I thinking?
We love these movies. They're really good movies. It's like one of the best, in my opinion, animated trilogies out there.
By the way, I think the creator of Toothless, Chris Sanders, was the artist, director. I think he based both Toothless and Stitch off of his dog, who is not a French bulldog. I think it's like a Boston Terrier, but
that poor
Toothless
terrier.
Got dog energy.
He's like, what did I do? You make me into these two things.
So my main question about each land as we start to go into them and talk about them is like, what is the land's like main gimmick, and what does the land have to offer, and does that like really lay into the story that it's trying to tell? So as a How to Train Your Dragon like super fan of all three movies, Kitra, does the land like deliver, and like what is its main gimmick like from the movies that it's trying to like give you?
Well, it makes you feel like you're actually in the movie. Like you've entered the village. You've entered Berk, and I think it's technically set between the second and third movie.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I don't even remember what happens.
Yeah, well, we're big sticklers on How to Train Your Dragon lore timeline.
Yes,
so if
I
you
know,
don't
dang it, I should have watched all the
well,
movies before
here's the thing, Dan. So the dragons are still there, so it should be set between the second and third one. But then they also have the babies, which take place at the end of the third one. So it doesn't. No spoilers for the movies, but
so just
it
like
doesn't
everything,
quite make sense.
Yeah.
just like everything for millennials, babies ruin it. So
No, I like
we
it.
were doing fine until the
I'm a
babies
big fan
came.
of the baby dragons. I think that was an A+.
I haven't caught them actually in the park yet, but we'll talk about that. We'll get there. We'll get there.
Okay, I'll say this. I think with this land, it is the biggest. And by the way, it's not a land; it's a world, which Universal reminded us like 5 times in our emails for our media day. They're like, "Do not call it a land; it's a world. You cannot call it Universal Studios Florida. It's Universal Orlando Resort. It's not Harry Potter Land. It's Wizarding World." Yeah, they had like this whole list. It was funny.
Oh my gosh, it's amazing.
But the thing about this world for me is it is the biggest world other than Celestial Park, and it feels like it. And there's so much kineticism with the roller coaster and the dragons flying, and it's just like breathtaking. And the other thing about this land is it has everything. It's a tour de force. It has rides, as flat rides, as roller coasters, as a show, as character meet and greets that we've never seen before. It has everything.
Yeah. It really does. It really does. I best describe it to the people that I talk to as like, it is living characters. It is what Disney tried to like sell us a while ago with like the living character initiative. It is the realization of that, in that every nook and cranny of the park has some type of living kineticism built into it. Like baby dragons arguing over fish scraps by the side of the pond, or Hiccup's mom's big old dragon like hanging out, or the ice dragon, or even Toothless himself. There's so much like life to the park outside of structures and employees that it's like amazing. It tickles my brain walking around in there, because there's never not something like moving within your periphery.
Yeah, they did such a good job. Like, honestly,
it really does, doesn't it?
Full of so much stuff.
And everything that isn't like a dragon is made out of wood, and they like hired wood workers to like create all these, like they have benches that are dragons that are like just intricate. Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about some rides, because this land is full of them. It's got the most out of all of the lands. It's ride heaven. And which one's your favorite? You guys pick. You guys pick which one we're going to start talking about.
Hiccup's wing gliders.
Yeah, Hiccup's wing gliders. So good.
What is it? What is it that's so good?
It's such a surprise of a roller
Goofy's
coaster.
Barnstormer for me. It's Goofy's Barnstormer.
What?
Tell
Are
me
you
I'm
kidding
wrong.
me?
Yeah,
Tell
I'm
me I'm
getting
wrong.
Hippogriff off.
Tell
this.
me.
You are
Tell me.
100% wrong.
Well, listen,
Ride of the Hippogriff, also Goofy Barnstormer.
First of all,
FYI, also.
I
Goofy
love
Barnstormer.
baby rides, baby coasters. I can't handle the big coasters. So
Okay.
I was actually intimidated with this one even, and I didn't go on it the first time we went, and then I got talked into it, and I absolutely loved it. I think it's more like Slinky Dog, or like people refer to it like a baby Hagrid's. I don't think it's quite as intense as Hagrid's. But I think it's a lot more intense than Goofy's Barnstormer.
Okay. The Slinky Dog comparison I will take. Okay, I get that. That's fine. It's and has animatronics, has gags, has gimmicks. So can you guys walk us through really quick what the story is of Hiccup's wing glider?
So I think it is that Hiccup has created these wing gliders that could like let us feel like what it's like to fly as a dragon.
Mm-hmm.
And Toothless is not happy about this. And when you first get onto the ride, like
Because we're culturally appropriating flying. I get it, Dragon. Like, we do that. Sure, white guy. Go ahead and take this from us, too. I get it. I get it, Toothless.
The Vikings are about as white as you can get. So
yeah. Truly. They invented it, I think.
Yeah, but we're in this vehicle. They're putting the wings onto the vehicle, and Toothless is not happy, so he launches us before the wings get like installed on the vehicle, and that's how the story sets out. The thing is,
so Toothless tries to kill you?
Kind of. I'm not a big
Seven
roller
times.
coaster
Incredible.
person.
That's absolutely remarkable. I love it. Only at Universal can you be potentially murdered by a dragon.
But he's a lovable dragon, so.
Well,
But
it seems like a
here's
scam
the
to
thing,
me.
Dan. I'm not a big roller coaster person because usually a roller coaster is just like steel and there's not much of a story. If it's like Batman, it's, black and gray roller coaster. There's not like
Totally agree.
Here, you actually have a story. There's like moments where there's a moment, I'm not sure if you encountered it. It only worked once when we did it, but there's a story moment in this where you actually smell something. And I was like, have I ever been on a roller coaster that they use scents as a storytelling function?
You have.
I thought,
Spaceship Earth is technically a roller coaster.
Does
Truly,
it stink?
it is. It falls under
What
a roller
scent
coaster.
is in that? Like burning? Oh, okay.
I'm not making that up.
you get sulfur.
I'm not just being like a weird edgelord here. Like
I will
theoretically,
We need more sense on rides.
Yeah.
Well, I'll
Layout,
give you
people
a
say
more
it.
pragmatic approach to the stink on a ride, other than Edgelord over here, Spaceship Earth's a roller coaster. The Incredicoaster gives you cookie stink.
cookie smell.
You're right.
You're
Yeah.
right.
Cookie
You're
num-num.
right.
Yeah. But it's not. It's a good gag, and they don't use it nearly enough.
Yeah.
Nearly enough. You know what I mean? Like What would be a good stink to add to Slinky Dog? You think?
more like Stinky Dog.
I think
have
like maybe
plastic toy
elementary school lunchbox smell. You know, like
Scallions or
deli meat
something.
and like mozzarella string
deli
cheese
meat. Oh.
and like a half-eaten mandarin. You know what I mean?
That
Like
sounds
just that
good.
stink you get when you walk into a cafeteria.
I
at a
think the
middle
stink
school.
should come out of Wheezy.
Oh,
I think that
yeah, sure.
there's some bronchital issues.
Actually, you know what? I'll double back. I would prefer if we got like a grassy, like Soren, like we're in Andy's backyard. Like give me like the feeling that we're flying through the grass. You know, we're getting the dirt and the earth. You know, give me that. More
Wait,
stinks
so-
on roller coasters is what we're getting at here.
When I went on the roller coaster, I don't think the scent wasn't
No, it
working.
wasn't
So
working.
what was it? What was it?
It's when the gronkles hatch.
Oh, okay. So
And
does
you
it smell
see-
like
you smell
sulfur?
sulfur,
or something?
yeah.
Oh, that's not good.
Ooh, you sure that wasn't the wastewater treatment plant?
I mean that could be too, Dan. But
You sure that gronkle wasn't a? Well, I mean, you can still call it a gronkle if you want. When someone crop dusts me at Epic from now on, I'm going to call it getting gronkled. So,
I could just blame it on the ride.
do you, as someone who goes to theme parks a lot, how regularly are you crop dusted? Do you feel like you get hit by it often, or do you escape it? Do you feel lucky? Because I'll tell you what, man, you theme park goers, I'm looking at you dead in the eye right now. You guys are wilding out. You guys are eating terrible, and you're just letting wet stuff go, man. And there ain't no bidets in the park either, and people are just
No.
carrying that around
It's
in
just
their cheeks.
it's
You
all
know what I
filtered
mean?
through swamp ass. Like nothing good about any of it.
Yeah. So, like,
I
how
feel like
often?
I notice it. I feel like I notice it more in Florida, just like a stink, like a sweat stink.
Well,
Yeah.
that's Florida, baby.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah,
that is.
but no, I'm talking about a very specific type of stench. Do you get theme park farts a lot?
No, not
I don't
really.
know. No.
Wow. Okay.
No.
Well, hey, if you're not
Yeah.
smelling them, then I guess we're
Now I'm
doing
gonna
good.
try to look out for them.
Let us know at funfunfunpod@gmail.com how you've been crop dusted.
follow us on Instagram with hashtag theme park
crop
farts.
dusted. Yeah, theme park farts. Hashtag magical crop dusting and pixie dusting. You know, as we call it in the industry. The Hiccup's Wing Glider is fun in that I don't understand why people call it a mini Hagrid's, because it's story based. There are some figures. There's like a lot of gimmicks and gags, and
There's
I like
music.
that.
They play the score of the movie as you're flying through the air.
And that's a great
which
score.
is so magical.
Yeah.
Amazing score.
You go backwards at one point. You fly through the dragon dens and stuff over there. There's so much of this roller coaster. Usually when you see a roller coaster, you kind of know what you're getting yourself into. And there is a lot of that coaster in the front of the world, but there's so much in the back of the world that has story moments that you don't see coming in. And I think that's
It's just
so
you're getting that
delightful.
Hulk tease at the front of Marvel Land, with that one pass through. But then it's all back behind in the back business. I guess to mix it in with Stardust Racers, because that's a monstrosity that towers over the Isle of Berk when you're in the land. It needs 15 years of tree growth for us to get somewhere with that. But
Oh no, Dan's one of these sightline people.
Says the man who's like, oh, well, I need a track to have a theme. Don't you start with me, Peter, and I don't want a black and white Batman track because I can see it and it's not Big Thunder Mountain. I see you. No, I dig Hiccup's Wing Glider. It's a great one. Another one that really tickles me is Fire Drill, the water ride. Have you guys experienced this ride type anywhere else in other parks?
No,
but I think
it's
we
a
watched one
popular
of your videos where isn't it like a Legoland or
it's
something?
It's at Legoland. Legoland loves this for their pirate land because they have like a whole Lego pirate ride through. What I didn't notice was, and maybe you guys can correct me, are there any perches around the perimeter of the ride for guests to blast the people on the boats?
No.
Okay,
I was
then that will
surprised
get
by.
You way less soaked on this ride.
I got drenched.
Really? Okay, tell me about it. Tell me what the
blizzard.
ride is, Kitra.
Well, what is
Lay it out for
what
the
is
listeners.
So the story is that Berk now has a lot of dragons, so there is obviously a lot more fires. So we have to train to put out the fires. So that's kind of
So you ride around and you have almost like target practice with a hose, and if you hit the wrong thing, you get like dunked with water. Which
don't be us.
Yeah. I didn't know what to aim at. I mean, I'm sure like if we just read the ride rules or whatever, we'd know. But like
we were running out
too
of
busy
time,
making content in that queue.
Yeah. Well, actually, we couldn't film on that one, so we weren't. But I just don't like to read the rules.
What do you mean? What do you mean by if you hit the wrong target, you get
there's ones that are shaped like water, and then there's one that are like water drops, and I wasn't clear on like I thought I was supposed to be.
Can you bring us the picture back, Nathan, so we can look?
I don't know if you'll be able to see it. There's not a lot
for the listeners at home. We're going to look at a picture of the ride.
Yeah, this is great content for the listeners. But
I think
anyway,
it might be like there's
ones that are like fire, and there's ones that are water.
In the vehicle, so like there's 4 on one side, 4 on the other, and you're each like shooting at different sides. So I think like
I see that there are targets and then there are fire emblems. So are you supposed to hit the targets or the fire? Which one are you supposed to hit?
I don't know, but I think like I think the people that we were with, whatever they hit triggered what splashed on me, right? Isn't that what?
Yeah, there was some. It's like Popeyes like level of like soaking.
No,
yes.
it's not.
Dude,
No
the
way.
gags, the gimmicks are very much designed to dump on you, man.
It was like I went under a waterfall. Like it was like at one point,
they're
one
intense.
of the things
They're
that got
aggressive.
triggered.
They're aggressive.
But to be fair, again, we were accidentally shooting the ones that we weren't supposed to because we just thought we had to shoot everything.
What do you think most guests is going to do? You are going in there as highly educated a theme park goer as possible to like distinguish between button A or button B, and you're thinking that the lowest common denominator is going to wander in there and not make the same mistakes. Well, come on.
I don't know if I want to go on the ride again to like figure it out.
We need to go on
I
again.
got so wet. Maybe if it's like really hot, I'll do it.
Well,
that's
like
I felt stupid. I was like, what am I
tunnel's
doing
for.
wrong?
That's
true, and I did use that. So
You guys
And
do
the wind tunnel is
You guys go in there
themed.
poncho heavy.
that's true. We need to do that next time.
Yeah,
Yeah, the wind tunnel is
theme
themed. It
tunnels.
has a dragon on top of it that blows fire on you. It's
No
awesome. It costs
way.
$7, and
I mean, it doesn't actually blow fire on you.
No.
but
I would like to.
That's what
I
it's
wish
supposed
we
to
had a
be
photo
doing.
of this, and it's. I wish. Oh my god! I wish I'd prepared because it is. They're not breathing fire on you, sir. Their ass is hanging out of the side of that thing over top of the entrance.
So they're farting on
You are getting blasted by hot dragon farts. Hot, dry dragon farts are drying you out, man. I don't see any dragon mouth breathing anywhere over by those dryers. It's all butt stink, which
See
is
what
a
I can
theme
find.
throughout this epic month.
we've never paid for one of these things, but like Kitra was so soaked she was like,
so
I'm
wet.
paying for it.
Yeah.
And she was in there drying off, and this family of like 5 walk out of the ride past it, and like the kids are like, they all wanted to do it, and then like they found out it was $7, and the father was like, what did he say?
He's like, God gave us the sun so we wouldn't have to like eat for a reason or something. Like,
So we don't have to pay $7.
yeah.
Amazing.
I think
Out
I
of
found
curiosity,
it.
how dry did you get, Kitra? An acceptable amount?
I was still a little bit like damp, but it dried my hair, which was nice. But it was
Nice.
also like warm air, and it was also hot out, so it was like not the most pleasant experience.
But Universal is preying on you. Like they really are preying on you by putting that at the exit of the ride and being like, we're going to charge 10, whatever it is.
Yeah,
I think
that's
it was
what they
$10.
do, baby.
Yeah, man, that's how they make their money.
Taught me that.
That's how they make their money. That's how they keep the cost of the mac and cheese cones down. We also have Dragon Racer Rally, which is another.
Hold on, Dan. Breaking news. I have a picture
find
of
the fart huts?
butt dryer.
I put their video in the thing. There you go.
Well,
go ahead and tell me that is not a dragon fart.
Yeah, is that a butt or a head? I can't tell.
I mean, that's a butt, but I think his head's supposed to be inside there, breathing on you.
Yeah,
That's my thought.
I don't know. We also have the Dragon Racer Rally, aka Ninja Turtle spinners from Mall of America. The fact that, and I will die on this hill, man, Epic is the greatest fool for not inviting the Shell Shock Spinner girl from TikTok to media to just break a world record.
Her name
or
is
something.
Queen Spinner.
Queen Spinner. And she is an icon. She's a legend, and I'm gonna make a YouTube video petitioning Epic to break a world record with her at the park, because like it's a shame. It's a travesty. This iconic woman. Did you guys ride it?
We did. Yeah,
Yes.
It was a lot of fun. Very short. I didn't try to spin it though at all. I was too scared. But I think if I go on it again, I might attempt it.
You know, it's a lot more thrilling than I thought it would be. That said, there's 2 of them, and I think they fit like 12 people each. And so, like, the capacity of this ride, I think Len Testa said that most of the water slides at Walt Disney World have a bigger capacity than this ride does per hour. So,
I bet it.
It's going to have long lines.
Yeah, and when we went on it, one of them was broken, so it took even longer.
Yeah, this and like the Constellation Carousel, they have like murderous onload and offload times, and I don't even know, man. It's wild. It's wild to see them do this without like them having at least 8 other attractions like this in the park to eat up other people. Like we're missing this dramatically everywhere else. But I guess this land is the family. Like the family active kid forward. I don't know what it's, the outside kid, latchkey kid land. I don't know. It's a very specific land. Yeah. Well, I don't know what you want me to tell you. They got a Viking camp, which we're about to talk about.
That's true.
We didn't go
in.
into
trained
the
to be
Viking
homeless, essentially. You didn't go in?
That's the one thing we missed.
Technically, it's not really for us.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Also, it's hard to film in a place like that when there's just like little kids.
Hey man,
running
you taking pictures of my kids? This would be great to get B-roll at for an Orlando Former event in the future or something, like when there are no children. But this is it's a fun land. As a kid, I loved this. Feifel's Playground, the Boneyard, the Honey I Shrunk the Kid play place in MGM. Like these kinds of things. Every park needs at least one of these, in my opinion, because it just eats families for huge chunks of the day. They're amazing.
It's just funny that these families spend all this money to go to a theme park. They travel to Orlando, go to the theme park, and they're just like, the kids are in a playground for half the day.
Well, it's not even that, Peter. It's that mom and dad are exhausted and we need 20 minutes.
Yeah,
so let's put you in a corral where there's one way in, one way out. And I'll just sit here by the hole of this thing and make sure you don't pop out of it. You know what I mean? While Papa rests his barking dogs. And so it's just that. It's just daycare without supervision for just a moment, a blink, a whisper in the night. Viking training camp. But hey, man, get in there, have fun. Bounce around it, on an after-hour party when there's no children around. You don't look like a creeper.
Dan, did you go in there? Did you see anything?
I poked my head in. I was talking to the lady who was running it. I was dressed as Toothless, top to bottom at the time, in my entire Toothless onesie, walking around. And I had pockets.
I'm glad you were fully clothed in Toothless.
Yeah,
I think that's
and I had pockets full of Toothless 3D printed fidgets that I was giving to like kids and anyone that like recognized me or anything.
Sounds sus, man.
And I gave them to I gave him to the attendant there, and we had a moment, and she was
Wait, how hot was it while you were wearing this, Dan?
Oh my God, the drama of everybody seeing me in these photos and being like, oh, you sweat a lot. Listen, baby, I rolled in, I sat down at Mead Hall, I threw that thing on, I walked around, I was back out of that costume in 20 minutes, baby. I know I'm an actor. I'm a professional. All right. Like you put me in costume, and then it's scene, and then I get it done and then I check out,
And he's just all like, send in the
right.
clown.
By the time a bead of sweat rolled down my butt crack, I was already back in shorts, if you know what I'm saying.
That's the sign.
Yeah,
That's when you
that
know
was the
it's
sign.
time.
Yeah, when you feel that tickle at the top of the crack, you know it's time. So it's like the ghost visiting you, like when you're Scrooge. So there's also a show. Let's talk about this because we only have a few show like areas in this park, and this is one of them, the Untrainable Dragon. No thoughts?
We had seen this at Universal Beijing. It's spectacular. I think it's actually better here because
we could understand
the awkward
it. It's in
pause
English.
after I announced the show.
I
and then
thought
you
it
guys
was
just
going to be
being
a
like,
video. I don't know why. I was like waiting for like a video to start.
Let me start with my hot
Let's go to
take.
tape. We must go to our reporter on
Let me start with
scene.
my hot take. They used Google. They used Google Translate to take an American script and translate it into Chinese in the very simplest of terms. Like Michael Bay is making a film. You know what I mean? It's just all action, no speaking. And so then they brought it to America and used Google Translate again to translate the Chinese, because they lost the original script. So they had to translate the Chinese script back into English. And what you're left with is insanity. The script, the book for this musical might be one of the single most deranged things I've ever witnessed in theater in my entire life. It's just incredible. And the entire show starts with that kid, that breathy nerd kid's voice. And he's like, we trained the dragons. We trained all the dragons, man. I figured it out. I cracked the code on dragons. And then hard cut. We found an untrainable dragon. It's like, pick a lane, guys. What story are you trying to tell here? All right. Don't tell me that you trained them all. And then
But there's babies, there's eggs, and one of them hatches. And what I love about this show is like it's so big in scale. You actually have Toothless flying over you, which is such an amazing moment.
Yeah.
Especially like the first time we saw it, it made me cry.
And not only does he fly over you, but he has Hiccup on his back, and Toothless lands on the stage, and Hiccup gets off him, and then Toothless flies away, and I don't know.
As
gets out.
As an avid Broadway theater goer, it's so fun seeing people witness their first Phantom chandelier. Like this is just what it is. It's just the chandelier from Phantom, but like hyped up, and it's always magical. It's always so cool when something in the theater travels over you, from Mary Poppins flying over your head to the DeLorean flying out over the audience at the end of the Back to the Future musical, or King Kong, like swiping out over the crowd. It's so cool to have spectacle theater pieces like this that just like wow you. The technology is just stunning.
We all agree that this is I already know this was already done. The show's already done, but this is all a little bit of a test for taking this, expanding the first film to Broadway, right? Like this is the whole plan.
Actually, it's the opposite. If you
Tell me.
Creature Technologies is the company that developed Jurassic Park Live, like Living with Dinosaurs.
Walking with Dinosaurs.
Walking with Dinosaurs. So as a byproduct of Walking with Dinosaurs, then we had How to Train Your Dragon Live, which is where all this tech comes from. So this is actually a side project baby of a arena touring show that traveled the world with this Toothless, with that big untrainable beast, with the Stormfly kind of thing. They that mechanic that you see moving underneath both this and the Fire Kitty in the Anus Circus is both like that kind of technology of like that walking bank kind of thing. So I hear you. I hear you.
There's literally a live action movie opening and like at this time it's already opened, is it not? When we
by the time you listen.
Release?
Yeah, by the time you listen to this, I think so, right?
I'm just saying, I know the Disney method, which is Broadway, then live action.
Universal ain't thinking that way.
We might be going the other way.
Yeah, it went the other way with this one.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen Walking with Dinosaurs back in the day?
No.
Did you see it? Yeah.
Mm-mm.
So all of that tech
awesome.
is the tech that you're witnessing in Untrainable Dragon, which is really, really cool. It's an amazing company. I think they're in Australia or New Zealand or something like that.
Great Instagram.
Really cool Instagram, really cool everything. This show though is fun for me because it has so much interwoven connectivity with the land that I don't hear anyone else talking about. And I just want to like kind of like mention that you can hang out with like Gobber the Belch, and I know we'll talk about characters here in just a minute, but like you can hang out with Gobber, you can meet, you know, Astrid and Stormfly and Toothless, and like literally at the stage door of the theater building, you have Toothless like kind of parked around back at the show. There's something kind of like wild about enabling a kid to see a narrative and then like taking them to meet a character right outside that narrative and allowing them to like explore. It's like that kind of like, oh, I just saw you. You were just flying, you know, this and that.
Dan, same actor?
No, well, no.
Okay,
but
I was just trying.
By and large, you can't tell the difference because of the huge wig and like the big stompy costumes
and the
like
distance on stage. Yeah, totally.
Yeah. It really isn't. Actually, for the minute there, I was like, "Is this the same Gobber the Belch that I just did a bit with outside? Like, do they bring him in for the 20 minutes he needs to do the show and then put him out in the makeup?" It's like, no, couldn't be, but maybe. I don't know. Someone, actually, I had no.
Are there unions anymore in Florida? What can you do?
There are. Yeah. There are.
They're trying to get rid of them.
Believe it or not.
They're
Believe it or not.
Whatever we can do.
I really loved it. I love the land, like the proscenium, and how it like stretches out into the entire theater, so that when he's flying around, you really feel it. It's a very cinematic moment, and like people like you said, cry, like they applaud. They like, it's like seeing Christ. You know what I mean? Like it's really wild for some people, you know, and as Nathan often pitches, you know, since we've lost religion, we're looking for something.
We're looking for lore.
And for a lot of people, it's Toothless, and he descends on the third day, and it's wild, man. And he blesses people, and he breaks bread, and he trains a dragon. He does it. Just like that movie Unstoppable. You know that movie was Denzel Washington or something? Was in it? Bradley Cooper? No. That's Limitless. No, I'm talking about the train movie.
Yeah, you're talking about the train movie. Chris Pine. Yeah, and
Unstoppable, except for the end when it stops. You know.
And spoiling everything to that.
I love it. I love it. So let's talk about our favorite characters, because I know you guys love them as much as I do. Who was the first people you met as you wandered around the land?
I think it was Rough Nut and Tough Nut.
Ooh, the Nut Twins. I love those
They're
Nut Twins.
so good.
They're so funny.
I
love them so much. But I think my favorite character to meet is Toothless. Would you consider that a character to meet?
Absolutely, 100%. If you considered meeting Baby Groot or BB-8 or, you know what I mean, like the bears from Brave. Remember when you could meet the bears for a hot minute, like at that card at Disneyland? All of that, you know, 100% Toothless is a character. These two
but
are
the cool thing
wild.
about Rough Nut and Tough Nut is they're like roaming around the land, doing whatever they want. Like at one point we saw them like trying to order popcorn at the popcorn stand. Another moment they like went to the Toothless haddock and like just like interrupted a family that was meeting Toothless. Like they don't care where they're going or what.
It's the Disneyland free roaming character energy where
these are the ugly stepsisters, right? Of Universal.
Totally.
Very much so the ugly stepsisters in a big way. In the way that like Igor is the Jungle Cruise skipper, these guys are definitely like Drizella and Isabella, you know, wandering around being idiots, just being idiots. And it's great. I love how stupid they are. I got to meet Astrid when I met Toothless, as well as random male Viking A. I don't know if you guys got to meet any random female or male Vikings while you're hanging out in the land, but
the first time when we met Toothless, we got to meet Hiccup. It was amazing. And then the second time it was like a random Viking that I was like, okay.
Yeah, when you get the random Viking, it's like you feel a little shemped. You know what I mean? Like you couldn't
shemped. What a reference, ladies and gentlemen. We pulled the Three Stooges.
You don't feel
Joe
good.
Bessard. You got real Joe Bessard by.
You don't feel as great. You know what I mean? You don't feel as great, and
it's weird that they can't just have Hiccup and Astrid switch out and not like they have to bring in
the price you pay for the living character, like of it all. Like it's the land has to be alive, and Astrid, much like the Nut Twins, and unlike Hiccup, I haven't seen Hiccup wander. Maybe you guys can correct me. I've only seen Hiccup with Toothless, but Astrid and Stormfly wander, the Nut Twins wander, and Gobber, he goes out to his hut. So it's that like living initiative, because I got a transfer from Viking male A to Astrid, and they were like, "Hey, will you head on back there and tell Hiccup that I've got." So like people, it's interesting how they tie it into the shift changes to make it feel like the land is alive.
And the cool thing is sometimes I've seen like one of our friends got one of those transfers when it was Hiccup and Astrid was coming over to take the reins. So that person got a photo with Hiccup, Astrid, and Toothless.
Wow. That's like winning the lottery.
Yeah.
That's like winning the lottery. This guy, man,
paging
got rid of
Mr.
the belch.
Morrow. He's so lucky.
Yeah, he's so lucky. I don't know. Everything just comes to him. He's
Not
like the
Nate.
nicest dude, and like he puts out such positivity into the world, and it just like comes
That's what
back.
good karma
And they
does
just give
for
it
you.
back to him. Yuck.
Gross.
Man, it's terrible being nice to people, guys. Don't do it.
No.
I don't know what they're telling you.
Dan,
don't drink this. Don't drink the Kool-Aid.
Dan, are you going to do a whole costumed episode on these Vikings?
I'm actually compiling it right now. Me meeting all the characters.
Okay, then I won't ask too much.
I have met every character in the land except for the Nintendo characters who are elusive to me. They have evaded me almost entirely because when it rains, the park shuts down. And it rained for me a little bit here in Isle of Berk, and I did not actually have much of a problem with it. There's lots of cover. There's lots of random little huts and covers and seating areas and stuff to run into. Mead Hall is huge. Like it's really fun to like hang out in there. I had a great time in there. Did you guys get epic rain?
We did not. We got very lucky.
Whoa, you guys suck.
We had great weather. I know.
You guys suck. That's really cool. Can we talk about all the dragons you can meet in the land other than Toothless? Because there's a couple that you can run into. There's Ice Dragon. Love Ice Dragon. Yeah. I like Ice Dragon is so much fun.
Genius. That is an evolution of Universal for like years and decades. Universal loves their Mist fans to keep you cool. And it literally turning a Mist fan into an animatronic dragon. Genius.
Yeah.
Genius.
That was
Absolutely
such a fun
genius.
surprise.
Yeah, we talked about the farting dragons over in the dryers, but there's also lots of dragon roosts everywhere, including I think that's Hiccup's mom's dragon, like a Nightwing or something like that. I don't know. They all have dumb names. They all have dumb.
And I love that it moves.
Mad Lib names.
They took the time to make it move. It could have just been like a wooden sculpture or something. Or
It has
a
in my
static
video has a bit of a
figure.
lazy eye. Only one eye is blinking, but it does move, and it's awesome. And it's not just this figure. There are other big there's the big guy in the where Gobber is like doing his smithing. There's a huge dragon laying there breathing like the Triceratops encounter. There's some really big, fun dragons everywhere.
Let me ask you two questions about these dragons. One, what's B mode? Can they go in?
No, that dragon. We've never seen that dragon moving. The one that's on screen right now.
Okay.
He's usually just stationary when we've been there. So Dan, you're lucky to actually see.
Woo, all right. It's like seeing a rare white elk. When they don't move, they just look like mounted figures. They look like
Which is
mounted
still
statues.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mounted heads. That
Yeah.
might get the wrong impression for some dragons that are hanging out in Berk. That
Yeah,
there are
yeah,
some
yeah,
heads
yeah.
left over.
I like it a lot.
I would say though that inanimate dragons are a classic now of Universal. So, between this and Diagon Alley, it's perfectly fine to have an inanimate dragon. So,
Oh yeah, that's actually a good point.
NBD.
And
But
there's
there's
also
also-
some fire in the land. There is some kinetic fire. Oh yeah, I forgot I had a clip of Stormfly.
yeah.
And
How
now
many
this
meat and greet
is
puppets are there?
this is the actual stage character of Stormfly. This is the costume that you see on stage. So in that respect, I know you asked same actor, no, but same gimmick here. The thing you see in the show is the Stormfly you get to see wandering around on stage.
Yeah, when we were there, we saw Stormfly from a distance, but we never got a chance to interact with the dragon. So I'm excited to meet that one next time we go back.
Yeah, it's really pretty.
Do dragons have autographs?
No.
I don't know. I think just
No.
That's a good question.
blowing fire or something.
I'm
I
just
don't know.
saying. No, I'm just saying. I assumed there would be an answer. I
Should I
assumed that
ask?
someone is going to sign something.
Probably
and then-
Heimbach probably knows. I could text
Yeah.
him. He probably tried. I don't try to hustle for character signatures because I've learned just from covering them, just no one cares. There's not enough people who care about
Yeah.
a fake person signature, so
Well, and it's a
whatever.
timing issue too. It takes so long.
My favorite part about Isle of Berk is over by the Toothless meet and greet, though, because there's a guy whose job exclusively is to hold a big red button dressed like a Viking, standing behind the robot in case like a kid gets like bit or crushed or something like that. You know what I mean?
Oh, I
His
didn't
job
notice
is
that.
just the B mode emergency button presser. Like
that's
the emergency stop button presser. I loved it. I loved watching that guy just be bored out of his mind.
See, I just assumed it was going to be the guy that's handling Toothless from the side with an iPad. I just assumed it would be that same person.
It's not a guy from the side with an iPad. He's like in that. And can we go to the picture of Peter and Kitra with Toothless? Because you can see there's a window. It's not very hidden. There's a window where they're operating it from.
Okay.
And they're back there with their
That's
with
good.
their
At least
joysticks
they have air condition.
and the control panel. You see that open window there?
Oh, interesting.
Gives a clear line of sight right down into you guys as to where you are, where he needs to look and interact, and so easy visual moment. And the puppetry of Toothless is stunning. What is curious to me is what happens when this thing breaks, because there is no like curtain or bush or
Dan,
like
if there's one thing the Smuggler's Run has taught me, is all you need is a tarp and some cartons of stuff.
crates of things. Yeah.
You're good.
And it's golden. Yeah. Yeah. It's amazing. And up close, the texture of the skin, like the details of his like pupils and his iris, it's, you can't even really appreciate from photos and like and even like TikToks and reels, like how much attention they put into this. Cause they knew you'd be right on top.
Do the eyes dilate?
I don't.
No, they don't dilate. But
the
he
nose,
can blink.
like he sniffs, like
He
his
can
little
sniff.
nose
He
moves.
has body articulation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I ask about the dilation of the eyes only because the closest connection to this, I think, is probably Triceratops Encounter from years ago, which is the whole big thing was their eyes dilate, and like it's a whole thing.
Yeah.
So I was just
this
curious
is
if they brought that
Triceratops
over.
Encounter. This is it.
Totally.
Yeah, this is it.
But on crack. It's like Kitra
And fun.
like literally just like sits up at night and watches TikToks of people meeting Toothless.
Yeah,
and
my
like,
algorithm is all that, and I cry at like 90% of them because it's just so
I'll
sweet. I
repost
just
me
love
meeting
it.
Toothless for you. I'll re-edit it in a new way for you to, be surprised and
I'll give
excited.
you all the views on that.
I just put up my meeting of Frankenstein and his bride, and I had the best time meeting those two. Those two are ridiculous. But hey, we're in Isle of Berk, and we got to talk about food because you guys ate many a sampling of
We did.
Isle of Berk Viking food, and I want to start with Mead Hall, which is is it what's it called, the thing in the park that everyone looks at, the MacGuffin, the weenie. There you go. This is the weenie of Isle of Berk. It's masterful, forced perspective. You really feel it when you walk into the park that there's this mountainous thing in the back of the land, and I adore it. Did you guys go in here and eat? You definitely did, right?
We did. Yeah, we tried a bunch of stuff in there. The food's very, very good. It's what is it, like Swedish food or
Swedish, Norwegian,
Nordic Viking food? I don't know. There's like
Nordic.
Swedish meatballs.
We'll just call it Nordic food.
Yeah, there was.
I will say it's surprisingly adventurous for a Orlando theme park.
Yeah, all the food at Epic is, in my opinion.
Yeah, man, I completely agree with that. Actually, they take some swings, and it's like Satuli's Canteen or whatever. Like, it's just weird. It's like weird foreign land food that you're not like, but yet it's good. It's good. It smashes.
Everything we had was really, really good.
What's the top thing you sampled here from the Mead Hall?
The meatballs were really good.
I love that photo.
Yeah, look at that thing. That was like a turkey.
It was like a giant turkey leg or something. I forget.
I tried to find every photo of Peter holding a piece of food that made his head look small.
I love that. My favorite thing was honestly like the salmon. There was a lot of dishes. There's like a salmon salad, a piece of salmon. I think there's like a salmon sandwich.
Yeah. Very fish forward in Isle of Berk, obviously.
But for like a theme park, it was so good. It was so good. I was so shocked.
What the land is missing is like a seedy like dealer like be in the back alley of one of the corners selling dragon jerky. Being like, hey,
that would be funny.
I got it in.
That'd be so sad. I would have been.
We only ethically eat the old ones. It's fine.
Yeah.
There is a dessert from there that's awesome. It's like this fish.
Oh yeah, it's like a chocolate fish.
Chocolate fish.
It's
Which was quite
gorgeous.
delicious.
This
Yeah.
little ice cream treat. It's so cute. It looks like a giant goldfish. Goldfish sponsored the land. They're like the corporate sponsor of the land, which is stupid, like brilliant. Honestly, it's kind of amazing to me. There's a goldfish cone in the. We'll get there, but yeah, the goldfish dessert is amazing, and gluten free. I think because it's like Rice Krispies and stuff.
Theming wise, when I was looking at pictures of this meat hall, it really kind of reminds me of Tokyo Fantasy Springs, Royal Table over in Arendelle. It's something, I don't know what it is. I think it's space. I think it's like it's big rooms,
Spice.
well themed. And
all of the quick serve restaurants in Epic Universe, honestly, like they went hard. They're all so well themed and just like big. And this one, like all of them, I think, like you do, like you scan a QR code on the table and then they just bring it to you, which I like.
That rules.
Like I really liked that.
It feels like sit down quality food at a quick serve.
Yeah.
But you're also paying sit down
It's
quality
also
prices.
very expensive. Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
Yeah,
you know.
and you have your Coke Freestyle machine, so you get all your refills you want. And usually it's in like a glassware, which is also interesting to me in those lands. I don't know if you, at least at Pizza Moon, it was like they bring you like a glass for the freestyle machine, which I don't know how that works.
Glass? Real glass? Huh.
Yeah, like a glass. I at Pizza Moon I use the freestyle machine with a glass.
That'll be about a year. More off to plastic land.
What about
Wait,
the
so Dan,
Spitfire?
you had the freestyle exclusive flavor of the land,
Peter?
Dragon something?
Oh,
Peter,
we'll discuss.
That's later. That's
We'll
later.
discuss
man.
it.
Later?
That's my
Don't
fun
worry
and
about
tell.
Wow.
Don't spoil my
Spoiler
fun and
alert.
tell, Peter. It's a
Okay,
whole bit I'm
sorry.
doing.
I'm just,
No,
I'm just
this is
curious
good.
because it's one of the things that wasn't there.
No,
when
I'll
we
do my
were
fun
there.
and tell early, Peter. Yes, I did have the Dragon Splash. It is ranked the highest for me of all Coke Freestyle exclusive epic flavors.
Wow.
It's fresh, it's fruity, it's Fanta-esque, it's like kiwi and very like light and like airy. It's not heavy at all. It tastes just like green.
Okay, so you'd love that.
Yeah, the flavor of Peter's glass color is exactly what it is.
Are we talking
if you're
like-
gonna drink a beverage that looks that color,
How do
you'd
you
be
know
like,
the flavor of my glass color?
Are we talking Fanta melon?
because I have synesthesia. What's that?
Are we talking Fanta melon vibes here? If you know
It's
Fanta
not.
melon.
No, I despise a honeydew and a cantaloupe. I just got to say, it ruins a fruit salad. You put a cantaloupe. You put a honeydew,
Interesting.
fruit salad terrorism, because now everything tastes like honeydew and cantaloupe
Have
to
you
me.
had the melon Fanta?
No,
Oh,
I
you just
hang
strongly,
on it
I
for
strongly
no
reject
reason.
a watermelon, watermelon gum, watermelon monster, watermelon, whatever, little Sour Patch watermelons. I love a fake watermelon, but a cantaloupe and honeydew, I reject it. It's the worst for me. But
Interesting.
Dragon Splash is my favorite of all of the exclusive flavors, and there isn't any like official like copy. I've been looking for but from Coke to be like the flavor is this, and this, but to say that it's very fruity, very fresh, very light, which the other ones aren't.
Dan, are we going to get a
hilariously to me.
drinking ranking video out of this before?
I already
it's all
made the
done?
TikTok, baby. I already made the
Man,
TikTok. I'm
you're
posting
so-
it. I'm
you're
posting
so
it.
good. Just
Posting
on
it.
the hustle all day.
Yeah, I kind of went the Peter Kitra route, and I gave it out of 5 soda emojis. You know how they do their face emojis, and it really sells the video. Let me just say for a minute. By the way, your lower thirds with the price and the name of the thing and the ingredients, genius. I love it. Keep doing that.
And that's
Let's talk about
heck of a lot of
Spitfire
work.
Grill. No notes.
It's the bane of her existence.
Yeah,
It takes me a
I
long
bet
time,
it is.
but yeah.
I bet it is.
Nothing
I
fun
would-
about doing lower thirds.
You know the reason why
Nothing.
there's not retail pricing, ingredients, and the official names of anything in my videos? Because of how exhaustive it is for you to do it. So. And Dan's neurodivergent. He can't stay that focused that long. So the Spitfire Grill is a good one. I like this one. I got a snack from this one. What did you get from the Spitfire Grill?
We tried a bunch of stuff. Honestly, this one I was a little disappointed in. I don't know if we just got like a bad batch of stuff. I think Peter liked it more than I did.
Yeah, I liked it. I like the steak.
Yeah, the steak was good. We got the chicken. We got the shrimp skewer. I think
Ancient
those are the 3 that we
grains.
got. Which one did you
this
try?
is very skewer forward. I tried the steak, and it's very skewer forward, and you can't go wrong with a skewer of meat, in my opinion. You know, you just can't ruin it. So I was here for that. You give me steak on a stick, it's my favorite part of a Renaissance festival. All right. The only reason I go to a Renaissance fair is to eat meat on a stick. So you're telling me that I can come here and eat meat on a stick on the reg? So I'm here for that. I liked it a lot, but it was hopping. It was very busy when I was there.
Our bar is Bengal barbecue at Adventureland and Disneyland. And like the skewers there are so good. So I feel like I was expecting that.
We came into it with like expectations of Bengal barbecue and it didn't quite hit that for me. It was also very expensive in my opinion.
Everything in this park is incredibly expensive.
But the steak was good.
It's wild. Eat at McDonald's before you come. There's a Wawa right around the corner. Get a Hogue, go in there, get a shorty, and fill up, because you'll save $45 for the day. It's like if two people want to get a butterbeer, it's $20. Get out of here. How about Hooligans Grog and Gruel? This is the home of the cones, right? This is the place. This is the location, the iconic place where the ham witch has been reborn. Tell me about these beautiful cones, because I did not get one because I'm lactose intolerant.
Oh my gosh. Oh no. Oh, they're amazing. They're huge. The mac and cheese is pretty good, but like the real star of the show is the cone. It's like this huge loaf of bread covered in everything bagel seasoning. So fresh. Oh my God.
My favorite one is the PB&J, which isn't peanut butter and jelly, but it's like pork.
Bacon jam.
Bacon jam,
yeah. See, Peter, I know Kitra's always in the thumbnails, but I think this is a slam dunk. This screen cap I got here, side by side with you eating the chicken wing from the other one, home run right here, buddy. I'm just saying.
I love it.
It's really good. This is a good little screenshot I got. You just call me when you put a video out, and I'll get you screenshots. I'll scrub through there. This one was really good, really popular, right near the entrance. Like if you walk in and go right, it's like right up front, an easy spot. And it has the best seating area, I think, in the entire land. They had this little like over this little covered like pavilion that looks out over like the fire drill and like the lake. It's like just the best like little, it's like the Tomorrowland Terrace of Isle of Berk. It's the best little place to hang out.
But it's even better because you can sit there under the shade and you get to watch people getting soaked while you're like eating your food.
Does that bring you joy, seeing other people be miserable?
Especially those water cannons that like just completely soak people. Like,
well, it's so funny because at Legoland with that ride contraption, like the whole gimmick is that all the guests also have access to like not even like pay metered, like no, it's just you just crank it to pump the water and you can blast anyone on the ride, but you as a ride goer also then get to blast back at the people watching. And so the fact that there's not like a designated area or two makes me sad, because that's just I mean, like they do it over at Toon Lagoon. They got the quarter machines. Don't tell me the mischievous, rascalness, being a toothless scamp isn't there. It's there. It's there. The energy is there. So you guys invested heavily in mystery figures here in the Isle of Berk, and I want to talk about mystery, not heavily, you bought two, but I want to talk about the gimmick of that, because it's not really present in other lands. The whole mystery thing, which I think it should be. I love this whole gimmick. So what is this? What is this? This woman has a tribal drum. This woman's holding a pantyhose egg. What's going on here? Can you tell me
So I think it was less than $20, which I think is a great deal, especially for a kid. You can adopt a baby dragon. So you pick a dragon egg.
Oh man, let's do it.
They hatch it for you, and then you do like a naming ceremony, and they like announce it to the whole store.
Also,
and it's just...
by the way, you being like, I'll choose to name this dragon in the privacy of my own home and not in front of you, ma'am. The lady's like, what's its name?
I know.
And you're
like, I'm not ready.
I'm not telling you. I'm a sovereign citizen here in Isle of Berk. I don't have to listen to your rules. But they do a whole ceremony.
Yeah.
And it's so well designed. The egg that it comes in can turn into a carrier where you can carry the little dragon around the land with you, and then the characters will come up to you.
Like
and
popcorn bucket-esque in terms of as a strap?
Yeah.
Wow.
Whoa. Are these shoulder babies? Like, what are these babies that are in this thing?
They're just like a little plushie, little
like a claw machine plush in a way.
Yeah. But like,
I see.
I feel like it was only like $15. Like it was like really cheap for a theme
Right.
park.
Well, I mean, compare that to like Savi's lightsaber experience. Yeah, baby,
Exactly.
you could do this 100 times before you get one lightsaber.
Yeah, and this one actually isn't really much of a mystery. If you can look at the packaging and you know what color the egg is, you can figure it out. But if you're a kid, maybe it isn't more of a mystery.
Well, that's more for parents. That's more for intelligent parents. That's
Yeah.
that's the tax for being smart. But there's what are these other little things?
These are just like little plastic minifigs. I think they were all dragons, right? Or were there characters?
I think they're
Is
all
this an
dragons.
Epic exclusive, or is this just a because one of the things about the
I'm not
Nintendo
sure.
merch that kind of drove me crazy was like, yeah, I can get these Mario mint tins at a Five Below. Like, there's nothing really magical here about like these, you know, like, I don't know. But were these epic or were they just Five Below things?
They felt a little cheapo to me. Like, I think the dragon egg is probably an exclusive thing, but these little ones, I'm not 100%
Yeah, the
sure.
dragon egg for sure. But when I was looking you unwrap those little plastic figurines, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just a
Screams.
sucker for any sort of mystery thing. I don't care what it is. I want it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I wish
yeah.
Disney would revisit Vinylmations. I feel like
Oh my God,
like the millennials are ready for them.
Well, all of these theme parks have lost the gachapon war, and it's so sad because
yeah, we need to bring
there's
it
so
back.
much money to be made.
Yeah.
Bring it back.
I
Bring it
mean,
back.
yes.
Bring it back. One thing I didn't talk about so far is the flying dragons. Have you witnessed the dragons flying yet?
No. But one of the days we were there, or we weren't there, it was right before we came. Somebody saw
You were
them.
there the day. I think
like,
you guys came like
testing
a
them.
day or two after I was there, right?
Yeah. So every day we tried to look out for them, but we never saw them.
Yeah,
so.
they were operating the last day of team member previews, and you guys went the first day of annual pass preview, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so they were flying them for that night. And Alicia, and I was worried that they were a gimmick, but they're not. They have a designated part of like permits and a landing pad, and it's all like built into the infrastructure. Like, these things are not like just a one-time gimmick. They will be a thing that happen routinely until one
Well,
crashes.
I can't see them.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
look
I can't
really
wait to see them
cool.
either. I really can't wait to see them either. It's
The technology in this land, or this world in particular, is like amazing. Those like Boston Dynamic dogs that they've turned into the night lights.
Now, here's the
Incredible.
question. Do you think remote controlled or autonomous?
I think they're
They have
autonomous, aren't they?
a program show that they go out and do and go back, and like the guy just
I think
pretends
they're
like he
remote
has,
controlled.
or are they
Does he,
remote
like-
controlled like Luigi and like Mario?
I think there's like somebody with an iPad controlling them.
Oh,
You
really?
don't think so? Because like the whole like show that they come out and do is like, okay, now like jump 3 times, and like you see it jump 3 times.
But I
That
thought
can
you-
all be
think that-
programmed. That can all just be a routine.
you
it
think
goes through.
so?
Oh,
Yeah.
100%. I mean, like the Anus Circus has a whole finale that's like the pre-programmed, like, you know, like, well, spoilers, but you know,
Oh,
the
we haven't
pre-programmed like,
watched.
okay, well,
yet.
there's just story beats where, you
something
know,
that
like,
happens. Okay.
or Disney Junior Live, whatever. Whenever there's like a live actor and like a gimmick, you know, it's all pre-planned. It's all just a show that they hit press play on. And
Wait, are you telling me that my man over at Fast and Furious isn't talking to Ludacris all day?
I hate to break it to you. I have terrible news. I have terrible news. You're not part of the family.
Oh, man.
As much as they told you you would be. Yeah, it's the robots over there, man, are wild. I love watching them malfunction because they just like lay down and fall asleep.
So,
you know?
so cute.
I mean, same.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't wait to see how much they invest in battery packs over the years for those things. Cooking in the Florida humidity.
Oh, gosh.
You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
imagine owning Tesla and living in the ocean. So
How amazing would it be if those things like actually walked around the land? Like right now, they're just doing that show off to the corner, and I'm guessing with crowds it might be too hard, as Disney found with their droid
Yeah.
initiative.
Well,
They
it's
could do a cavalcade. you
yeah,
know?
they could do a cavalcade. Yeah.
That would be fun.
And I don't mind them. If anything, I would almost prefer they like remove those doors and like build a little like, you know, like Lon Lon Ranch Corral where it's like it's like a
Yeah.
stable where it's like petting zoo rules. Like I don't need to go over there and kick it, you know, as much as I want to. God, I want to kick it. I want to kick it so bad. I just want to kick that thing. And it's just, I don't know what it is. It's my monkey brain just takes over. And I'm just like, that's not natural. it must be destroyed in the name of God. And so I go after
I think
him.
you would break your foot if you tried to kick one of those.
Truly, yeah. No, you'd be in trouble. But I would love for just to have like a zoo almost, like just living little breathing roaming dragons that you could just like peek in on.
That would be cool.
It's crazy to me that they're doing a show where you can walk up to them, that a kid could charge one. It's crazy to me, if you ask me. It's just insane.
I know. I'm surprised that we haven't seen any incidents yet of like something happening.
It's early.
Well, but I mean, you have
That's true.
like people who are trained how to use theme parks at the park right now. You have yet to see people who don't know how to use theme parks.
Oh,
enter
by the
theme
time
park.
this episode released, a dragon robot has eaten 2 or 3
think so?
children.
Okay.
So
Right.
Yeah.
For sure.
Don't
I
worry
guess
about
that's
it.
true. That's true.
It's
That's
gonna be
true.
sad the day that we see Toothless, like a malfunctioning Toothless.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
I don't want to see it.
It is going to be sad. It's also going to be awesome. It's going to be so great to see how the operations handle that. What else? Do you have any other hot land tips for Isle of Berk, the largest land in? Is there anything we haven't talked about? We haven't really covered all the bits. Oh, I want to talk about the mechanical monsters that you can activate in the land. There's a couple of like Rube Goldberg-esque machines that you as park guests can participate in and like cause horns to blow and like little figures to move. And I think that is like such a cooler version of kinetic park interaction than like Pandora drum beats. Like it's so like tactile. And even harkens to like the Mario Land where you just like summon the rhino. It's so cool that you get to like spin a wheel and see this huge thing like 10 feet up in the air do something.
Yeah.
Did you guys mess around with any of those?
Not really. One of them we tried to play with. I think it was like a racing one where there was 2 sides to it, and then whoever got it, I think it was like a sheep or something, got it to the top first.
But no one was racing me, so I just won.
So I was just filming him play against. No, actually, no. A little kid
I was
did
just the
come
sad
up, and then
clown
you
in the back of the
smoked him.
room.
Yeah,
You beat him?
yeah.
Yeah.
Is that
We're like,
usually
"Take
how
that."
it goes with like Toy Story Mania and such? Is Kitra the pro and Peter's the loser?
For web slingers, I'm like the best player of all time, but for Mania, he beats me for some reason. I don't know why. I'm not good at that one. Or
Web
Buzz
Slingers
Lightyear.
is not right, man. Web Slingers goes against God. Like the fact that I gotta go with what do you want me to do?
But I am
I'm not doing
so
that.
good at it. I get the highest score
Give me a
every
gun.
time out of
Let me hold a
know
gun.
how.
Do you use gimmicks though? Do you have like Doctor Strange's portal or like the
I
fireman
don't
blast?
know. It's just all like.
You're just
Keep your hands
flipping.
like
Yeah,
this.
I do. Mhm,
Really? You do
have
the
to.
full
That's
thing?
Part,
You're not
that's
like-
part of it. Yeah. Peter's going like this.
I
and
did
I'm
the
like, you
karate
can't-
chop,
yeah.
which I was told
Nope.
is the way to
Gotta
go, but
commit.
Yeah,
It's
I would
the
be
secret.
karate
That's
chopping.
pure chaos. That ride has no narrative. It's terrible. You just do this for 3 minutes and then you get off and you're like, man, I'm sore.
I have to say, one of the things that makes me laugh about Isle of Berk more than anything is the movie's opening monologue chiseled into a rock as you walk into the land. Do you guys notice that?
yeah.
Yeah.
We must preserve these historic words of Hiccup. Yeah, I train dragons. Like that, whatever that stupid thing he says.
I've seen so many people go up to the thing and start reading it, and then they realize like,
They just walk away. Yeah.
That was like
Yeah.
us in our video. I was like, do you want me to read this? And he's like, no. Like, we just kept going. I was like, thank God.
It's like trying to find the Backstreet Boys in that legacy Epcot wall. Like, sure, we know the photo of them's there, but we're not going to dig down deep. We're not going to find it. We'll just stand back and pretend like we enjoyed it. I really, really, really like this land a lot. I think that in the long run, as other theme parks get created and built, this model will be the thing that is taken away from this park more than anything. And the way that we all copied Wizarding World, and like the whole, all of that jazz, what they did here, it feels like a successful Batu in a weird way. Like it feels like a land that's actually alive. It's a land that's
but it's interesting because Universal traditionally is a company that creates a ride, and then the minute they could build something better, they just replace that thing, right? Like they have no attachment to history. They have no. Universal Studios Florida, the park has been like Frankenstein together. Of
my
like
gosh,
stuff.
absolutely.
This park is so different for them because they have these worlds that I don't feel like can be replaced in any easy
What could you
way.
replace?
Like,
well, they could make it like Game of Thrones land or like.
I just feel like in 30, 40 years, this is going to be more like Disneyland, where I feel like How to Train Your Dragon Land is still going to be there.
The wild thing is it will be a closure it'll be like Willy Wonka in the Chocolate Factory. They'll just put the gate down on a land. It's like nobody goes in. Nobody ever comes out.
Well, but the thing is though that it's full of the rides that are like kid forward in a park that doesn't have as much of that. Ministry is scary. Unchained is scary. Curse of the Werewolf is scary. You know, like one can even argue that Bowser's is scary for some kids, you know, like Bowser's Mario Kart. And this is like the cure for that. This is the DreamWorks section of Universal Orlando. It's the kid family forward area. And you really feel that, I want to say, when you're walking through there. Like they're not pulling any of their punches, but it's nice because it's one of the only lands that I can like enter into and like kind of walk around the whole perimeter of it and like make my way back to the entrance, and I don't have to backtrack. And it's my favorite of terms of like what they've done with the park.
It feels like the bellwether. If this land, all of a sudden, if dragons aren't moving, if things aren't acting right, you'll have an understanding of how Universal is maintaining things for the entire park. Because there's so many little intricate details.
Yeah. Well, the thing about this park though is the whole park is full of little intricate details everywhere.
Sure.
Every sign
moves. But this land, I think, if things go down, Dan, the first thing that gets cut is entertainment. And I think the land that's going to feel it the most is Isle of Berk. If they cut the entertainment, like if they cut those roaming characters and all that stuff, like that's going to, hopefully that never happens. Yeah. Because they bring that world to life. But
yeah, I would say that even if it does happen though, it will still have more life and kineticism than Batu. Just in that everything's moving still. Everything's still alive. Everything's still like awake. And it's not like, I don't know. It's crazy to me. Like, and Batu is like full of little corrals where we could easily have these droids, like that, no one will step on or, mess with, or these robots could easily be moving behind these like partitions. But
they have tons of droids. Just they're all dead and sitting around. There's so many dead droids in Batu.
Yeah. It's a bummer.
Nathan, they're working. The power droids and your Rise of the Resistance, they're providing the power for the resistance.
That's true.
Oh, okay.
I didn't realize
those
power droids.
I forgot about the power droids.
My sweet gonk droids are always working, but everything else, not so much.
Gonk droids, what's the stink on the ride from the what dragons?
Gronkles?
Gronkles, yeah.
Yeah, I want Gronks and Gronkles. There you go. That's a heavy nerd.
I'll add one last thing. I think not hidden, but like a overlooked part of Isle of Berk is the How to Treat Your Dragon, which is a great name for a sweet shop. But they have like these cake pops that are amazing there, and all the treats there. They have like,
there was another mystery thing there, but it wasn't a toy, it was candy. They have like these mystery dragon egg chocolates that you could get, and it comes with, I think, like a souvenir like card of whatever dragon it is, so you could collect them all.
Like a chocolate frog.
Yeah. So that was pretty fun.
And they have like tons of like candy, like gummy fish that you can eat, just like Toothless and stuff like that.
So Peter, you're just an adult child is what you're saying. I like the land with peanut butter and jellies and chocolates and cake pops.
Giant gummy fish.
Was this your favorite land for the both of you?
We went into this thinking that either Dark Universe or Ministry of Magic was going to be our favorite land, and I think this one surprised us both.
Yeah, I still don't know which one my favorite is, but this one I think right now might be my favorite, but they're all so good for different reasons that it's really hard to choose. But yeah, this land is awesome.
This land is our land. This land is your land. This land is epic. Well, at the end of every episode, we like to do a bit of fun and tell and talk about the fun things we're doing. And Peter spoiled mine early on in the episode.
Yours, sorry.
Ruined mine. My Dragon Splash Coke Freestyle exclusive flavor. The thing I love a Coke Freestyle machine. But that's what I was doing, and I sampled it, and it was delicious. It was heavenly. It was fresh. It was beautiful. I felt so enlightened. I felt like I could fly like a dragon after I sampled it. It was really good. Nathan, what are you doing for fun?
I have recently this week I have began reading the book James by Purcell Everett, which is just won the Pulitzer and it follows. It is a retelling of the classic Mark Twain book Huckleberry Finn, but from the perspective of Jim the Slave, and it's very, very interesting. And
real heavy stuff, man. Thanks.
No,
Thanks for
it's a very funny.
Thanks
It's a
for-
very funny book because James is.
Because slavery is funny.
No,
I know. You tell me that all the time.
Don't put me in these. I know what you're doing. James is.
I know. Save Splash Mountain. I know, Nathan. You
No,
keep saying
no.
it, and I'm just saying it's time to stop. It's time to stop.
Guys, if you need to know, you just gotta let Dan run through his bit, and if you don't respond or look at him, he'll stop.
Yeah, but
it's
then I
kind of like a
tire out.
gorilla. He won't keep.
Yep.
He won't keep coming at you if you just sort of. So, the book is really interesting because it presupposes that James knows how to read and write, and he actually is he hears everyone talk, and he knows how to speak like kind of the way, let's say, the slave owners speak, right? And the sort of traditional slave dialect that we hear in Huckleberry Finn and in the movies and all the iterations of this era is actually a put on, so that James and all the other slaves are in on it too. It's this idea that, well, if we sound like them, they'll beat us. If they think that we're dumb, they will leave us alone. And so it really does. It's this very interesting story of an inner dialogue of him going through the process of Huckleberry Finn, sometimes speaking in his slave dialect in front of Huck, and sometimes forgetting about it because he's in a certain moment, and Huck being like, "What's that? What, you sound funny?" Like, because Huck is, of course, just sounds like a Southern boy, and there's no like parsing it. It's not like whimsical. It takes the story very seriously, but it also is very interesting to hear the continual monologue of James from his perspective of a story that I think a lot of people know or have seen before, and clearly it's impactful because it's won the Pulitzer, and it's not. Sometimes you think, oh, Pulitzer, boo, that's going to be like big, thick, heavy book. This thing's like a breeze. It's really easy to read, and it's not super big. So I would recommend it to anybody. It's weirdly a Pulitzer. You could, I don't know why you would read it on a beach, but it's that kind of book. It's that light. So that's my recommendation when I'm having fun.
Wow, just in time to fill in Tom Sawyer's island. You know, just in time to demolish it.
Yeah,
Perfectly timed.
Yeah.
Fill in the rivers of America. So
Yeah.
check out that book everywhere books are sold. Not sponsored by Pulitzer, but maybe
What's
one day.
sponsored by Phil's.
No,
Coffee.
don't bring the coffee back out. Don't bring the coffee back out. What are you guys doing for fun?
Well, we're going back to Epic. And we're going to be making a ton more videos, and we're
You
so
guys are
excited
gonna be there
to
for
be
the
back.
opening.
We're going back for the opening, and then we bought a bunch more tickets, so we're going at least 5 times. So 5 more times.
We've already recorded. We've stayed the whole day in Isle of Berk and Ministry of Magic and Dark Universe. So if you want to see those videos are up on Ordinary Adventures, but we'll also have a ton of more videos.
Yeah. I can't wait.
Dan, what do you want to see? What do you want to see us do at Epic Universe?
You want me to be honest? You want me to be real? Because I already have the perfect video for you, and I'd like to participate in it if I can.
Okay.
What is that video?
Because you already have the aesthetic, you already have the color palette, it's already associated. Peter, we are putting you in the creature from the
I know.
Black
I tried
Lagoon.
to talk him into doing that, and he wouldn't do it.
It is a home run for brand awareness. All right, it is just a
God.
slam dunk. That's what I would like to see happen. And it's not, and then also I would like to then see you get turned down for liquor later in the park if you could try to stage that.
Well, I
You
don't
try
want
to
like
bar-
the paint getting into my eyes.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's so funny. We were in the park and my girlfriend, some idiot was walking by who just did the Dracula thing. And she's like, "Oh my God, is that Dracula?" I was like, "No, that's just Steve."
I love that.
No, but I would love to see Kitra and the Bride of Frankenstein fit.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
We got to do it now.
I mean,
I think so.
I don't know if it could be Gilman. I think it's got to be Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein.
No, it's not the right green.
It's a couple
It's not
bit.
for
It's a
Peter's
couple's
brand.
bit.
It's not, but I know. Listen, I hear you, but
It's
Peter's
couples
brand
shirts,
integrity is important.
but it's
and if he diverts too far
We could
from
just
this,
both be the Gilman, the Swamp Thing.
two
Yeah.
Gilman.
Right? Yeah.
but do you want to invest that deep for the same outfit? You don't want to, but then you'd have a couple's outfit then.
That's called
Exactly.
Halloween from now on.
Right.
Done and done.
The outfits are really fun. I would love to see you guys do that. I really would. I don't know. Do you have any like challenge plans? Is there any kind of epic challenge that you can partake in?
I don't.
I want, you know what? I feel like everybody's done every video already. The park hasn't even opened and everybody's done. One of the ideas I wanted to do is I want to do drinking around the universe, and like we have to drink at every
That
single
would be fun.
bar.
Let's do
but
that.
people have already done that.
Oh, have they?
People have done everything.
Yeah.
Well, hey,
dang.
I've got an eating video idea.
let's do it
that's
better.
good. I have a good one, but we're going to keep it off air. All right, we're going to keep it secret so that we can do it. Because, again, if we're doing it, I want to in on this because it's going to be a lot of eating, but it's going to be a great video. It's going to be a good payoff. So stay tuned after we finish recording, and I'll tell you my idea. But you poachers out there will not get it until we've done it first. So go vlog something original, you uninspired turds.
Man.
Little heated
Coming in
up. Little
hot
heated
here
up.
at the end.
Little heated up. Little heated up. I'm sorry.
Dan's on one today.
Every day, baby. When I'm talking
Yeah, I was
epic,
gonna say every day.
every
Well,
day.
I feel like
every day.
the last time I recorded, Dan was like, it was under the weather. He was
Dan
getting
was
cut
a
out.
little
He was
sleepy.
getting frustrated.
Yeah.
But
I bought a whole new internet system for my home as a result of that day.
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah,
We had way more fun than Dan did that day, for
yeah,
sure.
that's for sure. That's absolutely for sure. That's
There's
absolutely
nothing
for
I
sure.
can tell. There's nothing worse for Dan than like feeling like he's part of the thing, but he's not sure if he can be a part of it because his internet will immediately cut
Can't
out.
reach it. Yeah,
So there's
can't
just
touch
these
it.
moments where you'll see him in the video.
It's like in a dream where you're running in slow motion. You know,
you look so FOMO'd, like, and you're there, but
So
you
defeated.
are missing out. And,
Truly.
and
Truly.
boy,
So
that's
bad.
bad.
I did
That's
and
bad
was.
for your morale.
I
I'll
did
tell
and
you
was
that.
and have. Yeah, I mean, it's so funny. I'm going to do, I had to visit the park twice to meet all the characters, and I still didn't even get to meet them all, just because of like logistics and this and that. So I'm going to try to do that video, but I mean, who knows if these characters will exist by the time the park opens. I'm sure all these core characters that I've met and interacted with will be, but
Yeah, they might get rid of Mario. Be careful.
yeah, for sure. Maybe. Who knows? I mean, they do when it rains. They all disappear. Like that park buttons up, and they put out placards everywhere. They're like, please be careful. It's all new concrete that's been painted. You're going to slip and die. It's a very slippery park when it rains. Like all that painted concrete is rough. But hey, we have fun. We have fun almost dying. So this has been a great episode. Head on over to Ordinary Adventures. They have a TikTok that they use sometimes. They have an Instagram that's hot.
yeah. Just go to the YouTube.
Just go to
You guys don't
YouTube.
like doing
Yeah.
short form, man. It's the bane of your
It's not
existence.
that we don't like doing it, but
My brain, I can't like do two things at once. So when we're filming a YouTube video, that's all we could really focus on.
You know, you're like, you got to be like my buddy TPM Vids. I've seen him out on the road filming stuff, and he has a gimbal
No,
with his
I don't wanna-
DSLR and then a vertical iPhone attached next to it to also film whatever
Yeah.
he's filming, so
No.
that he has the dual coverage.
All to chuck into the void of space.
And maybe the thing that I don't understand is that my iPhone, when they show me a close up, when Steve Jobs, wherever that idiot is, Tim Vine, whatever the his name is, you have to beat that F
Not
word.
that guy. That is
You gotta
not
believe
the
that.
same
You gotta
guy.
believe that F word. You gotta believe that F word. But when they show me the close up, like, oh, our camera's got all these pixels and all these gadgets and all these numbers, they show me a square sensor. They're showing me a tiny square sensor. So just give me that big square. Like when I'm filming vertically or horizontal, just give me the big square. Just give me an option to film in big square. I would just like to film in big square, please.
We have recently ended all episodes with weird shop talk. So
by the way, that is a thing. They call that open gate. Some cameras do it, but yeah, the iPhone no.
No, really?
Yeah.
We're getting shemped. We're getting shemped.
getting
Hardcore
shemped.
over here.
We're getting Curly Joe Dorited all over the place.
It would
You
be
didn't think I'd
cool
pull
if
out
they
a
did
Three
that, though.
Stooges reference, did you? I had a notebook, didn't even use it once, so no notes needed. I mean, the script was good, but we were on track this whole time. I'm so proud of us. I'm so proud of us. It's incredible. Before we go, any other spot in Epic that I know we just talked about Ise of Berk, but do you have any shout outs for your hot Epic location, like the ultimate spot?
Ultimate spot. I mean, we've really, the first time we went into Epic was for the media previews, right after the team member previews. I was kind of very disappointed by Celestial Park. It felt like very concrete, very like hot, very like nothing going on. But our last trip there, we really kind of fell in love with Celestial Park.
Yeah, grab a spot right by the big fountain. If you could find a little shady spot
on the fake
kick
grass
back and relax, grab some ice cream or something and just chill. It was
Did
so
you like
nice.
it in the evening? Was that when you?
Yes.
We're seeing
Yeah.
you and Alicia are having the same thoughts. There's cohesion here between influencers on fun.
It's just a shame that the parks run with retirement home visiting hours that you can only, from
I think they're
from
going to be
11
open
to
until
6
10
p.m.
now. Yeah.
So, I don't know.
That park is so beautiful at night. It's so gorgeous.
Yeah, like close all the rides. I don't care. Just let me hang out in the lands that are lit.
Yeah.
Like I just want to they're so beautiful. They're so gorgeous. Well, that's great. This is it. The podcast is over now. Thanks for listening. We finally got Kitra, the star of Ordinary Adventures.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me finally.
Yeah, and thank you so much for turning your mic on 13 minutes in. That was fantastic. It really.
Him.
I don't believe it.
My fault. Don't throw me under the bus for that. That's his fault. I don't know how to work
about
anything.
that. I know Epic's about to open. We might get a few new bus wraps from Disney for us to throw you under. So who knows? Well, hey, thanks for stopping by. But now, go home.
This has been a production of 710 Media.